Hey everyone, Sophia here from My Great Challenge. Welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I just sanded. I think this is episode 8 of my master bedroom makeover. I'm still doing the closet, so this is episode 8 in the closet. If you watched the last video, you saw that at the very beginning I told you about a big mistake I made, and at the end I showed you how to fix the mistake. So I actually just did that. It's Saturday afternoon. I just finished that, so I'm gonna move on with this project, and as always I'm gonna do a little chit chat before I get started. It's hot. I'm gonna have to remove this at some point. So I'm getting a lot of comments that are very constructive and, you know, like legitimate questions like, well, now that you put up the shelves, how are you going to get to the cubbies? How are you going to remove the cubbies so you can get in the attic? We go in this attic maybe once a year. I believe that there's been years where we didn't even open that door, okay? So for me to get into the attic is not a big deal. Should I have to go into the attic, those shelves are removable. I can take the stuff off the shelves, pop the shelf, remove the bracket, pull out the cubby, and then I got access to the attic. So the whole idea of me doing a panic room over there was just me kidding, okay? So I don't need to have immediate access to the thing. So the cubby, yes, is blocking the way, but I can remove, you can't see it, but I can remove all the shelves if I wanted to get the cubby out. That's not an issue. If I need to go and check the attic, which I probably should do more than once a year because there's really nothing going on there. So if I need to remove the shelf, I'll do that. That's not an issue. Then there was the question about the shelving and the way I'm putting the 2 racks. I changed that. I'm gonna move up a little bit on this camera. And I showed that in the last video. Okay, I got a whole bunch of stuff right now on it. So what I'm gonna do is that this shelf here is actually going to be the bottom shelf, and it will have the hook thing. I measured it. It will have the hook thing so I can put a bar. Because yes, you're right, my being able to move clothes left and right is important. And then, so that gives me 1 shelf, 2 shelf, 3 shelf, and the 4th one all the way on top, which you can barely see. And that's the exact same amount that I have in terms of drawers in my dressers. So all of this is gonna be folded clothes and baskets for my unmentionables and all of this. And then the cubby is definitely gonna be shoes now. So for those of you who haven't watched my channel before, I just need to give you a heads up on how I process things, okay? I jumped into a project and I make it up as I go. So as a result, things will change from one week to the other. One week I may say, oh, I'll put 2 clothes rack, and then I sit on it for a whole week looking at it, and ideas pop up. And as ideas pop up, I change the way I look at the closet and its functionality. Hence the reason why I'm doing more shelves now, because I realized that I have never lived with pants being hung, t-shirts being hung. I have a feeling that this is going to be too much of a culture shock for me. So I need to go back to what I know works for me, which is folding the stuff and having just even sweaters I'm going to fold. Because I got plenty of room now. You know, which is having a combination of folding and hanging. So that's the reason why things have changed. Okay, so if you stick around, eventually you see the evolution of the project. I don't come in with a blueprint and tell you this is what I'm doing and this is exactly what it's going to look like in the end, and then in the end it looks exactly like that. Never. I don't think it's ever happened. Even when I did The Office, I had a totally different view of how I was going to do things, and ended up, you know, changing as I go, I believe. So that's it. So these are the 2 comments that were most common that I wanted to address, so that if you're concerned about me having access to the attic, don't be. If you're concerned about me not having enough room for stuff, don't be, because I'm changing with the 4 shelves. I have 4 now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so let's get going. Today I'm doing the front here first, and then I'm doing the sides, and then it will be done. Then I just have to do the tape It's over there. I'll show you when we get there. So I have a compound, and I'm going to put the compound in the seam, put the tape, put the compound over it again, and let it dry, fill in all the screws. And then after that, it's just mudding. And I'm not doing anything in terms of paint, wallpapering, or anything until the very last stage in this makeover. So I probably will have a unpainted closet for quite some time, because I said I was going to finish this by May, right? 4 months, okay. Only because I don't want to paint, make it pretty, and then I'm doing stuff all over the room, and then it's a definite, because you know, I'm not very careful. I'm gonna scuff, I'm gonna ding, I'm gonna mark, I'm gonna, you know, let's just paint when it's finished. I think that makes sense. Anyway, the only thing I wanted to talk about before I get started, you know I like to talk. It's regards to doing things yourself. I think that 50% of the reasons why we don't start is self-doubt. And I get it. You know, there's a lot of projects I would like to do, and then I realize that I really don't have the skills. Okay, I'll give you, for instance, I would love to build a greenhouse in the yard, a real one, a framed greenhouse with glass panels. I don't know how to do the roofing. Okay, you've seen me with angles, all right? And I would hate for the thing to collapse on my tomato plants. Never mind collapsing on me, but collapsing on tomato plants. So 50% is self-doubt and believing that you cannot do something. You don't have the skills, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the strength, you know, all of this stuff. So I think that there's ways of maneuvering around that. Some of it is watching videos, asking questions, getting educated, getting help, and then easing into it, and then eventually you build upon the skills. And then the other 50% is the concern of what other people are going to say. And I think that for a lot of people, this is more like 60-70% versus 30% self-doubt. The fear of negative feedback and the fear of being ridiculed or called stupid, dumb, foolish, all of this stuff stops us from being able to do something. And I think that 2022 should be the year where we let go of all of this stuff. Okay, I'm definitely not doing this closet for head pats. I'm not doing it for approval. I'm doing it because I need a closet. And some people are going to think it's great. Some people are going to think it's trash. And for those people who think it's trash, don't worry about it. It's not your closet. You know, some people get really involved in things like this, as though I was being contracted to build a closet in their house. Okay, it's in my house. It's my closet. I'm going to be dealing with the you know, smallness of it, or whatever it is that is your issue with it. But I want to be very clear that if we're going to continue to live our life where a good 60% of what's stopping us is whether or not we're getting approval of others or validation, we're not going to go anywhere in life. Because trust me, there's always going to be a horde of people who, for whatever reason, will not approve, will not validate, will not give you kudos, pat on the back, or thumbs up, okay? Because they're just like that. That's who they are, and you're not going to change that. The only thing you can change is your perception about it. You see me, I'm still doing my closet, okay? I'm going to keep doing it because A, I need one. Two, I really enjoy this project. I actually like it more than the office. And three, I think it's fun and it's a good way of spending the weekend. I'm active, I'm thinking, I'm being creative. There's a lot of positive coming out of it. Even if it's going to be wonky and not all that great, I don't care. I really don't care. So relax, okay? Relax. It's just a closet. It's not affecting anybody's life. Stop seeking validation, all right? The only one that matters is your own. So let's, after this little chit chat, we're going to get going. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do because it's going to be easy today. I should say that. It should be easy today. Okay, back in the closet. So yeah, so this shelf here is going to be longer. You notice I put the long one here, so it can go all the way there. And then I got to go back to short because I need to be able to have access to this stuff, just to put my shoes. But this one is going to be longer, and it will have a rack underneath it with those, but it's got to be a different shelf, okay, with those. And basically I will have clothes from here all the way up to here. That's enough. That's all I need. And then I have so this top here for probably the unmentionable, all of this stuff. Pants, t-shirts, sweater, sweatshirts, unless I hang them. And the purses. So that's where I'm at. And then this is last week's work. And then this is what I finished today. And you see, we are flushed now. Okay, so what am I going to do today? I'm doing, is this drying? Yeah, okay. It's silicone, so the wetness won't bother it, hopefully. I need to do this part all the way down. That shouldn't be too difficult. And then I need to do this part here all the way up. And by the way, I already sanded that one area over there that I told you was protruding. The only thing is, when you do sheetrock, you want to always have your panels screwed in on both sides. Can't have a floating panel. So let's say the idea that I had last week, because, you know, I've learned since, if I was doing a panel all the way up to here to not have to cut them, and then I was doing a smaller one over here, then I would have a seam here that's floating. There's nothing behind it. So what I'm going to do is half and half. I'm going to do from here to here, and then from here to there. Okay, and I'll do the whole length. And once I'm done with that, I will do start the seams. Okay, so let's get started. I have to remove my sweater because it's hot in this room. Let me tell you, first of all, the sun is, I had to close the skylight. Since we did the insulation, oh, that's something else that people have asked. Isn't there cold coming from the attic? No, there isn't. When we did the siding and the insulation of the house, we had insulation blown in the floor of the attic. And there's times where I showed the attics and you could see like the circles on the floor. That's where they drilled and then they blew the insulation in. So it's only super hot now in the summer, but the cold is taken care of. And let me tell you, it's hot at night in here. And I got the thermostat at 70 and it's way too much. It's way too much. I think I'm gonna go down to 68 or something. You're not supposed to sleep with that kind of heat. Alright, so they're all gonna be the same. Let's make it easy. 5 inches. So 5 inches all the way down. I gotta cut one panel, make bands of 5 inches until I reach the bottom. Alright, so the whole front is done. There we go. Alright, now I'm ready to do the sides. I have the Pharrell, or Pharrell, whatever his name is, song running in my head. You know why? Because I'm happy. First of all, yeah, alright, I cut this too big. Let's be clear, okay, the hole is too big. I'm getting the hang of it. I'm totally getting the hang of it. It's getting faster and easier. Alright, so this goes right here. Now the thing is that I don't know if you're supposed to start from the top and go down, or if you start from the bottom and go up. But anyway, it's getting easier and easier, and I'm gonna have a closet. Well, here goes, and we're working entirely with the ring light today because it's already dark outside, and this is done. I had to patch a little bit over there, not because of the screws, but because the pole is actually a little bit off. So, yep, done. Okay, so issues I've encountered. Not much really. A little bit of a problem all the way on top that's gonna have to be fixed with the mudding. Okay. Here I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. Probably patch it and then use the bead, corner bead, and then that's about it. So what I'm gonna do now, so you see, when you come in, right? Close the rack longer because I'm gonna get a longer shelf. That's gonna be the whole length here, and then shelf, 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 and shelf. So that is not a bad closet. And then shoes, 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 and other stuff in there. Over here, obviously, I don't want to sheetrock this because I do want to use those little shelves, and then I want to put rods for belts and things like that, but I'm probably gonna paint it and then put a backing on this so that you don't see the back of the sheetrock. But otherwise, I say not too bad for a first timer. Yeah, not too bad. And you see the shim that I put right there in between. I needed it to flush this. It was off, so that was the only way to do that. But otherwise, I say pretty good. Pretty good for a first timer. Alright, so now I'm going to use my compound putty thing, whatever they call it, and I'm going to cover the screws. And I got something called wall board joint compound. And all I'm going to do right now is covering the screw. I started covering this one and then, like an idiot, as always, I went, oh, is it dry? Put my finger on it, and sure enough, the whole screw shows up again. Typical of me. It shouldn't be too difficult because that's something I know how to do. But I gotta tell you, that compound, it's just got a weird, you see that? It's got a weird cottage cheese texture. I am not a fan. And I have a feeling I'm probably gonna have to do that several times. I don't know, I'm just not a fan of that texture. I just, again, it just feels like cottage cheese, but I'm still gonna do it. Remember, most of this is going to disappear anyway when I do the mudding, so I'm not worried about that. The bottom line is that I'm doing everything I can right now to do everything right. Oh, that one came out good. And remember, I'm still undecided as to whether I want to wallpaper this or not. Because if I wallpaper it, none of that stuff is going to show. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is something else I've never done before, the tape joining. You take a piece of paper tape, it has a little bit of a crease, and my understanding is that you start by applying your compound right there. Right? Then you take the tape, you put it right where the joint is. If you have a joint that's, this one is pretty tight, but if you have a joint that shows a little bit more, like there's a gap, then what you would do is push that part of the tape that's scored. I feel like this is not gonna glue well enough. Okay, so you would push into the joint, okay? And then you take your compound and you go right back over it. Oops. And what it does is that it makes your joint disappear. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see once I do the plastering over it, the mudding or plastering, how much of it I can make disappear. If I get it to be smooth, then I'll just paint it and I'll be fine. If it's I'll do wallpaper. It's not a big deal to me. I still think wallpaper would look really cool, especially if it's the same kind that I use. You know, that oh, I forgot the name again. I don't know, Agna something. I'm sure you guys will comment and let me know. Do you know what I just realized? That's just going to show you the extent of research I've done for this, okay? If you put your screws along the edges and the corner, when you put your tape on, the screws are under the tape. So the paper is not just for the purpose of hiding the joint. It also helps you make the screws disappear. So of course you can't see anything because it's getting really dark, but this is what it looks like right now. It's not fully dry, and areas where I had bubbles are gone. So let me pull out so you can see what it looks like with the joint seams done. So that paper tape makes the seam disappear so that it doesn't crack later on, you know, when the house shifts and all of that. It allows you to make the screws disappear, and it makes everything smoother. Okay, so what am I going to do next? So what am I doing next? It's not going to be until next weekend. Tomorrow is Sunday, and yeah, see, this is still wet, so I got to put another coat on those. Tomorrow is Sunday, and I'm going to quilt. I want to do that. I want to do that Pat Sloan mystery quilt, and I talked about it in my last quilting video, and you guys said yes, please do it. So I know it's not a lot of people. I know those videos are not super popular on my channel, but I enjoy showing you how to quilt, and apparently some of you decided you were going to try quilting and pull out your machine, so I'm very happy about that. I like to share experiences. That's really what it comes down to. I'm making my own closet and I'm redoing my bedroom. It's really not to teach you how to do it. I'm just sharing the process, the good and the bad, with you, and that's really all I'm doing. This is not meant to be, again, a how-to whatever, because clearly I don't know what I'm doing. This is just meant to encourage you to try things, even if you've never done them before. This is the first time I do drywall. I would say for a first time it's not too bad. Is it professional looking? Of course not. Okay, that should not stop you. Okay, really, we cook dinner every night. Are we a restaurant? No. Are we chefs? No, but we still do it and people eat it. And it goes like that for a lot of things. If only professionals were allowed to do certain things, life would be really boring. Because I would be a professional procrastinator, that's about it, and hoarder. But anyway, I'm very happy. It's really, really shaping up. I hope you can see that this is now a closet. I can't wait for this bedroom to be done. And I really think I'm going to put wallpaper on it because I want wallpaper. I love wallpaper. I may do the same Anaglypta. I keep forgetting the name. I call it Sanitux, but anyway. I want to do the same wallpaper on the ceiling, which is that paintable waffle-like wallpaper. And I think I'm going to put it on there too, so that way everything disappears. You won't see my first time joint compound, mishap, and that's okay. All right, this way around it, wallpaper it. I'm not upset. I think I did pretty good. I mean, some of them, like the one over here, is really not that great. That was my very first one. So once I put more compound on it, it will disappear. I'm hoping. Can you imagine if I put more stuff on it and the tape just comes off? Oh boy. But this is, I can see why there's some people who are looking for professional mudders and professional drywall people, because there is definitely a skill set to it that I don't have, obviously, for various reasons. We know very obviously. Okay, so try something new. Don't worry about what other people are going to say, because trust me, there's always going to be somebody who's going to shoot you down. Some people are miserable like that. You know, don't worry about them. Maybe one day they'll realize that they suck the joy out of others and probably out of themselves too. I have compound all over my leggings. Again, I don't have any superpower. I don't have any specific skill set or dexterity. I just have drive and willpower, okay, and energy, obviously, and I think that's all you need. All right, if you know a little bit about some things, you'll be all right. Just try it, do something. So tell me down below, what kind of project are you afraid to tackle in your house, and why? And hopefully at some point this year, you'll contact me and you'll let me know, you know what, Sophia, I did it, I took the jump. It's not great looking, but it's what I wanted or what I needed, or, you know, whatever. Or I took the jump and it turned out great. You know, just tell me. Okay, so give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe right here in the corner. I will see you next time. Don't forget to follow me at My Great Challenge on Facebook and Instagram. My Great Challenge Gift on Etsy, and Frenchie and Tubby for vintage finds. Okay? Talk to you later. Bye! Hey, it's me, and guess what? Click that thumbs up if you really like this video. Thumbs down twice if you didn't. You can also share my video if you really liked it, or save it to watch later. Also, you can subscribe to my channel, but don't forget to click that bell button so you are always notified when I post a new video. Thank you for watching.